Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear children? Good. Now we have studied about regions last week, right? It was the equatorial region and the tropical monsoon region. Today we have chapter 5 and 6, the Savannah Grasslands and the desert region. To begin with, the Savannah Grasslands. Savannah means less trees. Okay, now this region has less trees and more of grasses. They have very tall grasses which are also known as elephant grass. Now where does this region come? It lies between the belt of tropics. Now here 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south. Now this region receives less rainfall. Why? Because as we move away from the equator towards the north and south, the regions receive less rainfall. Trade winds blow and bring rain to the coastal region, and those regions are wet, whereas the interior regions are dry. They also have lots of wildlife animals there. Okay, so this was about the Savannah Grasslands. Okay, now going to the desert region. The desert, when I say desert, what comes to your mind? Sand, dry, camel, right? So this region has little or no rainfall. Okay, now this region falls more away from the equator. So it has very little or no rainfall. Now when there is no rainfall, what sort of vegetation can you expect there? Right? So we have plants which can only survive dryness and drought. Drought means less rainfall. Okay. Now animals. We also have animals which can survive hot climate only, like camel and reptiles. In the Savannah Grasslands, rainfall decreases and so does vegetation as you go away from the equator. The rainfall here is less than in the monsoon lands. As entire Sudan has this type of climate, the climate in the grasslands is called the Sudan type of climate. There are two distinct seasons, a wet season and a dry season. There is a large difference between the day and night temperatures. Trade winds blow and bring rain to the coastal regions but not to the interior regions. Trees that can store water, such as bottle trees and baobab trees, grow here. The trees are flat topped or umbrella shaped and present a narrow edge to withstand the strong winds. This is an adaptation by trees in a windy region. Many species of herbivorous and carnivorous animals are found in grasslands. Many of the animals have been reduced in numbers because of hunting. Herbivores run fast to escape from their enemies. Those are carnivores. Zebra, giraffe, antelope, deer, elephant and okapi are some herbivores that graze here. Herbivore animals are found in large herds as they are safe when they move in groups. Some graze while others keep a lookout. Lions, leopards and hyenas are all light brownish in color so as not to be visible against their background. Various nomadic tribes practice cattle herding or agriculture. Some have started growing various crops such as maize, millet, cotton, tea, sugar. Deserts are regions where there is very little rainfall, so they are arid and dry. The temperatures go to extremes, very hot and very cold. There is hardly any vegetation, only plants that survive dryness grow here. There are two types of deserts, hot deserts and cold or mid-latitude deserts. Hot deserts are always on the western side of the continents. Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world. The cold or mid-latitude deserts lie on the eastern side of the continents. The Gobi Desert of China and the Patagonia in South America are both plateau regions and are very cold. In the hot deserts, the temperature goes up very high during the day and at night it drops rapidly. In the mid-latitude deserts, it becomes very cold in winter and it even snows. Vegetation in both hot and mid-latitude desert is xerophytic, that is, only drought-resistant plants or shrubs grow here. This includes cacti, thorny bushes, grasses with long roots. Trees are rare. Most desert plants have long roots that help to search for groundwater. Cacti store water in their thick stems. Trees are rare except when there is plenty of groundwater, as in oases, which support date palms. Animals and reptiles that can burrow in the sand are found here. Camels can carry a lot of weight and walk 80 kilometers a day. Desert people have to struggle against many hardships. Crops can be cultivated only if there is water, so it is done only near oases where there are dams and canals. The discovery of minerals has attracted people to the desert. When gold was discovered in the Australian desert, people rushed there. Settlements came up. Nitrates and copper are mined in the Atacama Desert and silver in Mexico. Oil has been found in the Middle East and Arabian desert. This was about the Savannah Grasslands and the desert region. So we have covered all the 4 regions. Do go through your textbooks thoroughly and see which one is your favorite region. Jazakumullahu khairan.